Good evening, everyone. It's Dr. McCoy, and it's time for our 7 p.m. gathering. We gather on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, I have the green background behind me again. Yes, I know last week I had the talk and the green background was behind me. Well, can you just be with me? Just hang with me one more week and then we'll get back to our Luke Bible study, okay? But guess what? Luke Bible study. But guess what? Now we are in the month of June. And so I really wanted to talk to you today because June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. So last month in May, I talked to you about mental health awareness, but have you thought about your brain health? I know I hadn't really thought about it a lot. And so I said to myself, I need to read more about that. So I took time to read more about brain health. And I can tell you that my great grandmother, who lived to be about 100 years old, she was a person with dementia. She was a person really with Alzheimer's, and she could not remember who I was even like right before she died. And so it's really important for me to consider brain health because I think about, someone really close to me seeing what happened with their cognitive ability and how that really changed. And so I want to do better when thinking about my brain health. So we talked about mental health last month, even last week. But now I need to talk about Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, which is June. It's June. So happy June. Happy June. You know that Dr. Talika McCoy Ministries is about healing hearts. It's about impacting lives and growing faith. That's what my ministry is about. And so I really hope that in this gathering, I can just help us, really just impact our lives when considering our brain health. When was the last time you thought about your brain? Anybody? When was the last time you thought about your brain? Maybe we think about our brains. We think about intellect, maybe like education or something. I don't know, but I can tell you in all honesty, it's been a while since I just thought about my brain. And so this June, during Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, the Alzheimer's Association is encouraging us to take charge of our brain health. So I want to read some things to you that I found out as I'm thinking about my brain health. Switching it up a little bit from mental health last month. So this is what I read. Did you know this? Because I didn't know this. Today, there are more than 7 million Americans living with Alzheimer's. Over 7 million Americans, and we are in 2025. I read that 2/3 of Americans have at least one major potential risk factor for dementia. I also read that the brain changes at changes that cause, or the brain changes that cause, when I'm reading something, it's a little harder. That's why I'm not a manuscript preacher, because if I was up there and I tried to read every word that I typed and wrote, I would mess it up. So let me try to read again. The brain changes that cause Alzheimer's are thought to begin 20 years or more before symptoms starts. I think I got it. Before symptoms start, which suggests that there may be a substantial window of time in which we can intervene in the progression of the disease. So you see, I may read the Bible just a little bit better out loud than I read these words. I'm still working on it. So I read that experts believe, you can tell when I'm reading, right? But experts believe there isn't a single cause of Alzheimer's. It's likely that the disease develops as a result of multiple factors. So adopting healthy behaviors could really improve our brain health. So I want to talk to you about some healthy behaviors, because when we adopt healthy behaviors, it can maybe reduce the risk of cognitive decline. So based on scientific evidence, I read the Alzheimer's Association encourages individuals to incorporate 10 healthy habits to help protect brain health. So that's what I want to share with you on this evening. These 10 healthy habits for your brain, for my brain, for our brain, because positive everyday actions could really make a difference in our or lowering our risk of cognitive decline, okay, and possibly even Alzheimer's and dementia. So maybe you can incorporate some of these habits, if not all of them. You might say, oh, Dr. McCoy, I could do all 10 of those. You might say, I could do all 10 of those this week. Well, let's just see. It's the beginning of June. So let's see how we can incorporate these activities or these habits into our June. Let's just start with June, okay? And just start with this week, all right? To help us maintain a healthy brain. So, number one, this is what I read. So, these are not things that I created, as you can tell, as I'm trying to read properly. The first one, challenge your mind. That's number one. How many people out there can challenge their minds? Can you challenge your mind? Well, let me read to you what that means according to the Alzheimer's Association. Be curious. Put your brain to work and do something that is new for you. Learn a new skill. Try something artistic. Challenging your mind may have short and long-term benefits for your brain. So there you go. Maybe that's something we could all do. I want to be curious. You know, the problem with the world today is that everybody is an expert on everything, right? I like to live in curiosity. You know, you may say something to me and I will simply say, that's interesting. I don't know. I'm okay with not knowing. I'm okay with being curious because it challenges my mind. And making me think about different perspectives also helps. So challenge your mind in June. Number two, stay in school. Now, this one is a good one. When I read this one, I was like, oh, some of us would say, I'm too old to be in school. Not according to the Alzheimer's Association. Stay in school because education reduces the risk of cognitive decline and dementia. Also, encourage youth to stay in school and pursue the highest level of training possible. Continue your own education, as I said, by taking a class at a local library or a college, or guess what? You could even take classes online. Have you thought about that? Well, think about it, okay? Just think about it. So that's number two, stay in school, stay in school. Or maybe we should say go back to school because many people have been in school and, you know, your brain health could be dependent upon how you stay active mentally in school. Number three, get moving. You probably knew that that one would be on the list. When I read that one, I was like, duh, you know, get moving. And I've often said that it's not so much about losing weight. If you want to lose weight, that's great. But staying active or keeping moving is not just about losing weight. So that's important to know as well, because if you are at your ideal weight, that doesn't mean that you sit around, you get moving. This says, engage in regular exercise. This includes activities that raise your heart rate and increase blood flow to the brain and body. What types of exercises are you doing? I'll wait. Type it, tell it, say it. What types of activities that raise your heart rate are you participating in? I'm waiting. I want to see. Okay. Well, sometimes the comments are delayed. So I'll keep talking, but you keep sharing, okay? What kind of activities are you engaged in? Find ways to build more movement into your day. Walking, dancing, gardening, whatever works for you. Just stay active, okay? So that's another one. The next one. And go ahead and share. Okay, protect your head. Protect your head. Help prevent an injury to your head. Wear a helmet for activities like biking and wear a seatbelt. Do you have a vehicle that automatically puts your seatbelt on? That can be very helpful. Mine is not like that. So I have to be intentional about wearing my seatbelt. And you do too, okay? Protect yourself even while playing sports. Do what you can to prevent falls, especially for older adults. All right? Okay, and go ahead and share. I want you to share, okay? If I don't immediately respond, just keep sharing. Okay, this is the next one. Be smoke free. Quitting smoking can lower the risk of cognitive decline back to levels similar to those who have not smoked. It's never too late to stop. All right? Sometimes that can be easy for people to say when they don't smoke. So just try, okay? Just try if that's you. Here we go. Next, control your blood pressure. Control your blood pressure. Medications can help lower your high blood pressure, and healthy habits like eating right and physical activity can help that too, which I just mentioned physical activity. I just mentioned something about staying active or get moving. And so you need to work with your healthcare provider if that's what you need to control your blood pressure. And then make sure you don't let people allow your blood pressure to like really be high in the first place. So if you are in a stressful environment or around stressful people, then you need to think about that because June is awareness month for Alzheimer's and for your brain health, okay? All right, so just be very careful about stressors around you. Control your blood pressure. Next, and we're almost finished, but next is after control your blood pressure, manage diabetes. So if this is you, type 2 diabetes can be prevented or controlled by eating healthier and by increasing physical activity and by taking medication if necessary. Manage diabetes. Next, eat right. This one can really be something, right? What did you eat today? Look at me asking you all these questions. I'm just simply engaging us in conversation. Eat right. So what did you eat today? Did you eat right? Somebody might say, I ate right because I ate what I wanted. That's right enough for me, is what made me happy, made me smile inside and out. Well, eat right. Eating healthier foods can help reduce your risk of cognitive decline. Did you know that? So let's think about what we ate today and see if it helped towards reducing our risk of cognitive decline. Let's see. So eating healthy includes more vegetables, leaner meats, proteins, along with foods that are less processed and lower in fat. Do you read your labels? Choose healthier meals, my friends, and healthier snacks that we enjoy. That's what we should do and are available to us, okay? So that's another one. What did you eat? Yeah, put that list out there. What do you want to eat more of that you know is actually healthy? We can make that list too. I mean, let's think about some healthy foods. Greens, like collards and turnip greens and even green beans and peas and lettuce. And some people would say it depends on what type of lettuce you eat. So you have to research those things, or just look here at what our friends are saying and just continue that. And then when we think about eating right, also maintain a healthy weight. That's the next one. Talk to your healthcare provider about the weight that is healthy for you. The weight that is healthy for you. Other healthy habits on the list: eating right, as I mentioned, exercising, and sleeping well. Oh, that's going to be number 10. And sleeping well, those things can help with maintaining a healthy weight. So again, the list encourages that you consider what is a healthy weight for you. This is why we should not simply compare ourselves to other people in negative ways. What's a healthy weight for you? Okay? And then here comes the last one that I mentioned. Sleep well. Oh, that one. Whoo! I don't know about you, but that one can be most challenging for me. Not these days because I'm like worried about anything, but just turn your brain off, turn your brain off. Turn your brain off. And then in moments like this, when I'm talking to you live, it's like I'll lose a word or something. And I'm like, where is that brain that was up at 2:00? You were up functioning well at 2:00. Don't do this in the 7:00 hour now. But sleep well. Good quality sleep is important for your brain health. This list tells us stay off screens before bed. Stay off screens before bed and make your sleep space as comfortable as possible. Do all you can to minimize disruptions. If you have any sleep related problems, such as sleep apnea, talk to a healthcare provider. Now, that's the one that made me say, do I have sleep apnea? So you see, I have to go do more research. I'm just sharing these things with you at the top of this month because it's something that I really need to think about. I'm doing well in the mental health area right now. I think you can kind of tell that I'm kind of getting myself together in that area. But to think about brain health, that's kind of a different coin for me. So I wanted to share this with you because I'm going to have to work on it. Really, like I said, research some things and consider, because I told you at the top of this, my great grandmother, she had Alzheimer's. Before she died, she had this cognitive issue where she could not remember things. She did not remember me. She would look at me and she would just kind of stare a little bit, and she walked, her back was kind of over, like this, and she would see me and she would look up and I would just say, "Hello, Granny." And she'd say, "Ooh, you so pretty." That's what she would say. And she would look up and she would say, "You so pretty." And I'd be standing there and she would say, "But remember, pretty is as pretty do." That's what she would say. So she didn't remember who I was, but she remembered the value of being a decent human being. And I walk in that every single day to say, regardless of how I look on the outside, I will always try to be most beautiful on the inside. So I'm so grateful for her, to where, yes, she did deal with this memory loss, but oh my goodness, she remembered, I believe, who Jesus is, who Jesus was, and she remembered what it means to be a decent human being. So I hope I never forget those two things. In the meantime, I'm going to try and take care of my brain health, and I'm just encouraging you to do the same, okay? As we have been blessed to enter into this month called June. Have a good evening. Make sure you do number 10 on this list. Sleep well. All right? Okay. Have a good night. Have a good night. Take care of yourself. Thank you for being here.